Hello, this is question 5 on your sample paper 2 from AQA, and it's a very simple question if you know how to do it, but if not, maybe it's difficult to think of. So you have to determine the sequence of transformations which maps the graph of y equal cos theta onto this graph. So what you're going to do is you're going to write this expression here, so the new one, 3 cos theta plus 3 sine theta, as r cos theta plus an alpha. Yeah, do you know how to do this? It's quite simple, but maybe you don't realize when you do this question. And remember, here we can choose cos or sine. I'm going to choose cos because I have to relate this expression with cos theta. If I have, for example, here sine theta, I will choose sine theta here. And now, to do these questions, remember we use the addition angle formula for the cos. So I have 3 cos in the left-hand side, so 3 cos plus 3 sine is going to be r, and I'm going to write cos, so cos theta, cos alpha, minus sine, sine. The formula is in your formula booklets. Yeah. I expand my bracket, so 3 cos theta plus 3 sine theta is r cos, I'm going to write cos alpha first and cos theta, and you will see why, r sine alpha sine theta. And if we compare, because think that cos alpha and sine alpha are just numbers, yeah? And theta is the variable. So if I compare my coefficient for cos theta in the left-hand side, it's going to be 3, and it's going to be equal to the coefficient of cos theta in my right-hand side, which is r cos alpha. And if I do the same with sine theta, the coefficient of sine theta is 3 on the left-hand side, and in the right-hand side is minus r sine alpha. I can make them equal. And now, I need to find alpha and to find r. To find alpha, I'm going to divide this one by this one, so I can have sine divided by cos, which is tan. R and R are cancelled, and I have 3 divided by 3, 1, but I have a minus, yeah? So I have tan alpha, just dividing, tan alpha is going to be minus 1, yeah? This one divided by this one. If tan alpha is minus 1, that means that alpha is minus 45 degrees. Or if you want radians, minus pi quarter radians. It really doesn't matter. Then to find r, remember I'm going to make cos alpha the subject in the first one, so I have 3 divided by r, sine alpha the subject in the second one, so minus 3 divided by r, and then I'm going to use the identity cos square plus sine square is 1, so I have cos square is 9 divided by r square, sine square is 9 divided by r square, it's going to be 1, so 18 is going to be r squared, which means that r is root 18. That means that this expression can be written as, so 3 cos theta plus 3 sine theta is going to be root 18, so r, yeah, this cos theta plus alpha, so cos theta minus 45 or minus pi quarters, which means if we look at this expression, because these two are equivalent, that I have done a stretch in the y direction with a scale factor root 18, and I've moved this to the right 45 degrees. So my transformation is a stretch in the y direction with a scale factor root 18, and a translation with vector 45 degrees 0 to the right, or pi quarters radians 0. Yeah, so this is the sequence of transformations. That's what they ask. So So it's a straight in the y direction, scale factor root 18, and a translation 45 degrees to the right. Yeah. Then, hence, so we are going to use that information. Please remember to use it because it's going to make your life easier. Find the least value and greatest value of this expression here. So we know now an equivalent expression for this, which means we can write 4 plus r was root 18, it was cos theta minus 45. This goes square, so we can write this as 4 plus 18 cos square theta minus 45. And we need to find maximum and minimum value, so the least and the greatest value. So for the least, if I have cos, not a square but cos, the minimum value of this expression would be minus 1. But as is a square, the minimum value is going to be 0. So this whole thing would be 0 and the minimum value would be 4. Yeah, because I'm adding 0. So the least value is 4. And for the greatest, my maximum value of this cos is going to be 1. So I have 18 times 1 plus 4, which is 22. So these are my minimum and maximum values for this expression. And I use what I did before. Yeah, that's what they tell you hence to use that. And that's all with this question. I think it's quite simple if you realize of this bit. If not, it's quite complicated. And that's all.